Howdy everybody, Mike McCoy here. Got mother of treasure hunting today. She's my little gold digger. She's hunting for treasure in these logs. Hope we don't find none. These big old logs, and I'd sure hate to find any tramp iron in them. I'll be able to saw them. And it sort of give you an idea how it is. And another thought is, you can see how slow this is. If you was running a production sawmill, it'd be just virtually impossible to metal detect every log. It just wouldn't make sense. And back when we was a sawing production, we just, if it was something that looked like it might have metal in it, we'd metal detect it, and if it didn't, we just went ahead and sawed it. And had pretty good luck that way. She was testing it to get her foot there then, make sure it was screaming correctly. And the reason we're metal detecting these is two bigger butt logs brought in here by tree trimmers, and logs of that nature is known to have metal in it.
That's shaky.
It may be.
Look at this end, it's shaky, I believe.
Probably not. Usually if the log's ain't good, they'll take it somewhere else and then bring me their junk and say, well, Mike Meredith don't pay nothing for their logs. Bring me a good log, we'll change it. But
I thought that might have something in it, I don't know.
it looks like something right yonder. Right there, right where you're over, but I guess it's just
that's just where they skinny them.
Yeah. Well, evidently them's good. So.
Reckon I need to turn them over?
I wouldn't think so. That's a good metal detector there. That thing goes deep. And we'll go over here to log it. We know it's got something in it and show you how it reacts to that. So. Okay. Here is a huge log that I bought a year ago, I guess. And Mother's telling me not to buy that. She said, don't buy them logs. Listen. She said, I promise you them will have something in them. And
what did you say?
I don't remember. Speak up, woman. Don't worry, be happy. Listen, it's full of metal.
And it's so short you can't cut it off.
Yeah, it's just 8 foot. So, and seems like one of the other logs to it had metal in it too, didn't it?
Yeah.
But that one's got,
it's all on the bottom of it now.
It's got metal in at least 2 places. And
I'm afraid to saw it.
oh, I wouldn't saw it at all.
It's all the way down the side.
Yeah, it's got a piece of barbed wire in it probably, or worse, could be a horseshoe. It ain't hardly screaming like a horseshoe, but it's got something in it. So,
So much for that.
that's money just like throwing in the creek. I'll learn to listen to Mother one of these days. Not today. I gotta take her gold digging somewhere and she can dig us up a pot of gold.
Well, I'd like to.
Well, so much for this. Howdy. I got the nicest card the other day. And they've got a YouTube channel. And it's called Cooper Ridge Outdoors. And I ain't going to say their names, for I don't know if they want me to, but it's just a real nice card, and it's got a handwritten message on it on the back here. And especially since I found out that I may have an expiration date with this cancer, to me the greatest gift you can give somebody is your time. You know, if you've got all the money in the world and you run out of time, that money ain't worth nothing. So when somebody gives you enough time to sit down and write a letter, especially handwrite it, that means a lot to me. And I really enjoy that, for I know I've got value to them. Because to me, that's the greatest gift it ever was. I'd rather have a card like this as money, because, you know, they took time out from their day and sat down and wrote it. And that means a lot to me, for time is everything when you really get to thinking about it. When you're young, hopefully you've got a lot of time and you don't think nothing about it, and then the older you get, the more precious your time is, naturally. And if you get sick, especially with some kind of disease, it might kill you, time really becomes important. So I really appreciate this card. I've got 2 or 3 cards in there that I just wouldn't take nothing for. And this is one of them, because if somebody writes you a card or a letter, that means a lot to me, you know. It just ain't something I throw in the trash or throw in the desk drawer. I get them out and look at them every once in a while, and it's like we're having a conversation all over again. But remember their YouTube channel, Cooper Ridge Outdoors. And they said, may God bless you and Mother, and I don't like ramps either. So we got something in common.
They wouldn't care if you said their name, would they?
I don't know. Well,
if they look on there, they can see the thing, can't they?
I'll just leave her name off for right now. For, you know, some people's kind of funny like that, and I don't blame them. But they just wrote a really nice card. I mean, it's just heartfelt. And me and Mother really appreciate it, don't we, Mother?
Yep. That's sweet.
And Mother don't say a whole lot about nothing, and she is talking about how sweet it was, and she's told me twice that you be sure to mention them in your video. And I have now. And she's holding her thumb up, and she's going to start acting like she's cutting her throat again just any minute. It's coming, folks. It's coming. So I better get off from here. Bye. Here's a little public service announcement. I was sitting in there in my easy chair, resting, and I smelled what I thought was a candle burning. I thought, well, Mary Ruth found her candle. This shows the world. She mentioned something about a candle the other day. And she come in the house, and I said, I smell a candle. And she said, it does smell like a candle. The way she said it, I thought she had found one, you know. And about that many times, she said, oh, my God. And I jumped up out of the chair and come in here. And look, that's been on fire. See right, I don't know if you can see my finger. Right there. That's burnt, that's burnt, that's burnt. And that magnifying glass is sitting right there where it's sitting. And the sun's come through the window and hit that and focused it down on there. And it caught that paper on fire. And this room was pretty much full of smoke, wasn't it, Mother?
It had some in it.
And, you know, I'd never thought of anything like that. We've had that magnifying glass forever.
But it was over here.
But it always sat over there. It hadn't been on this desk.
Well, that's what I said.
And we set it over here, you know. There's my pottery collection.
That's what
Mother's hootie owl. But
sets woods on fire, you know, like a bottle or something.
yeah, I reckon a bottle will set the woods on fire. A little bit of water in it. Well, out there's living proof.
Look.
And a magnifying glass set it on fire.
Burnt that desk.
And it burnt the desk. And
I don't say it kept blazing. It had to blaze up a little bit.
I'm sure it blazed up for as much smoke as it was. And Art got up off my hind end and come in here, but I was convinced that she had found a candle, and why she thinks we need a candle, I don't know.
No, we don't need no candles.
Evidently not. We don't even need magnifying glasses.
No, I'm going to set that back over there before we forget it again. Then
burn the house down.
Yeah.
But that, you know, that's just a little FYI how easy it is to set something on fire. It's amazing. But, you know, just the way it goes. While we're talking about setting fires, I thought I'd put this out too. That might help you. Especially if you've got a garage or something or other. It's been, what, about a year ago?
Yeah.
Mary Ruth's out there in the garage cleaning up, and me or Chad one had been working on something other that uses these little 9-volt batteries. And whatever we was working on, we had an extra battery. And it was there with the old batteries. I don't know how many was there. Do you remember, Mother? There's 2 or 3 batteries there. And she seen them there, and she just...
I didn't figure it was any good.
Took for granted they was all bad. And pitched them over in the trash can. And we've got like a big plastic tub, I guess 55 gallon. And all our trash gets thrown in that from, look up, from the garage, you know. Well, all them turnings off my turning leg gets thrown in there too. And when she throwed that battery over in there, all that trash and metal turnings and all, that battery shorted out inside that trash can. And did it ever catch plumb on fire or just smoke?
It just smoked.
It was a smoke, and it was ready to go. For, you know, these 2 points here touched that metal down there and shorted out and got hot and created enough heat to create a flame. So, you know, like if you got a garage or something where you throw scrap metal, especially like in a machine shop where it's a little stringy metal that would get extremely hot if you shorted it out between the posts on a battery like that. As you can see, she tapes them up now. This battery's dead and she's taped it up completely before she'll throw it away. And that's a good idea to do with all batteries.
I do with all batteries.
For years ago, I think they call them a C battery. It's not the great big one, it's next size now. I was doing something or other out in the garage when we lived in Asheville, and somebody needed something or something or other, and I just stuck one of them batteries in my pocket and went to help them do whatever they was going to do, and all of a sudden my pocket got just as hot as a pistol. And I guess the change in my pocket or something that shorted that thing out, and it about caught on fire. And be ashamed to burn your britches off right in the middle of town, you know. And see, Mother's still a romantic little devil. Got me a Valentine.
Not really.
Not really.
That's what Michelle brought
Oh,
us.
did Michelle get? Well, I thought you got us that. Huh. Mother,
No, I got you a dark chocolate bar.
Yeah.
But Michelle brought them up.
Oh, I thought you got that.
Well, I could lie and
Well,
say, but she... No.
Silly me.
But we can still say I did. It'll be okay.
I got something anyway. I tell you what, Mother, if I take the tape off this, you stick your tongue to it.
No.
I give you $5.
No.
I give you $10.
That's my money anyway. Why
Yeah,
it would
but
be giving me?
it would make such good film. So you stick your tongue to that, especially if it was still alive. I think isn't dead.
They don't have to be completely dead.
No, no.
I don't think they go completely dead.
I don't think you do either, and I don't know. You can check one with a meter and see how many volts it had on it. But these things has got like 9 volts on them when they're hot. So
Well, that one got hot in the garage. Scared me to death. If
Yeah,
I turned
boy.
around and left, I'd have burnt the garage down.
I believe I'm married to a firebug.
Not intentionally, sometimes.
You know, she just all the time setting stuff on fire.
Yeah. I like to burn stuff. But I
Yeah.
don't want to burn my house or my garage down. I mean, you know,
Yeah. You ain't as big a firebug as your sister, though, are you?
no, not quite.
She had a fire.
I ain't had the law called on me yet.
Yeah, they had to call a helicopter in. That's subject for a different video.
We might not ought to go there.
Well, no, we better go there. We better change your name so I won't get killed. But, you know, it was epic. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, but just, you know, with your batteries, seriously, be careful when you toss them.
Don't throw them in the trash can.
No. Or anywhere where there's metal, for they could short out. And another thing, while I'm thinking about it, you know these little old breathing things you get, you pop, you know, if you've got asthma. Well, I got pneumonia 2 or 3 years ago. And they give me one of them things. I can't say it's helped any, but, you know, I ain't got asthma, right? I might have a touch of asthma, but I ain't got asthma. And I kept that thing on the thing beside my chair there, shelf, whatever you,
Nightstand.
nightstand, something or other. It's beside my chair. Well,
Not all the time.
well, that's where it stayed most of the time, and I never did use it much. I used it 2 or 3 times. And there's a trash can right down below it. And usually if we get any mail, I'll sit there and read my mail and throw it in that trash can. And Mary Ruth likes to burn that stuff because, you know, it's got our information on it and stuff. And tells about the McCoy millions and all that. But anyway, it's stuff, you know, you just wouldn't want to put in the trash. And they take it out there, and we've got a fire pit where we fall and stuff. We'll cook hot dog stuff. And I was sitting in there about half asleep, and boom! Something went off. I mean, it was louder than a 12-gauge shotgun. So I go running out there to see what's going on. Mary Ruth's eyes is as big as silver dollar. I said, "What in the world have you done?" She said, "Something blowed up in that." I said, "Well, there wasn't nothing that blow up." She said, "Something blowed up in that." And we got looking over there, and that little old inhaler, it wasn't that big. Well, it blowed up just like a stick of dynamite. So that's another fire thing.
So I always check everything now. So.
And back when we burnt propane, we'd buy propane 100-pound bottles. And they sat beside the smokehouse out there. And in order to save money, I just fill them all up at once. And usually in the summer, you get a little better rate than you do in the winter because, you know, people ain't using as much. So I filled up every one we had and had to let up again the smokehouse. Well, again, I was sitting in the house there, and her and Chad, my boy, he's firebug too. They was out there burning trash, and I heard something start making a noise. It's kind of whistling, moaning like noise. Well, here she comes in the house in a blind panic. "Come out here, come out here." I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "There's something wrong with that propane." I said, "It's making a noise." Well, you know, if you overfill a propane bottle, it makes a noise when it's coming out. She said, "You need to come out there." I said, "I ain't coming out there." She said, "Why?" I said, "Well, there's propane out there. It'll blow up. I don't want to be blowed up." But there wasn't nothing I could do, and I wasn't going to fool with her. She got as mad as old wet hen at me over there. And it didn't blow up. It just made a noise. But
Scared me to death.
Since then, we ain't filled them all up. I don't even see my propane tanks. Has Chad got them too?
No, they're sitting beside the house here.
Are they?
Yeah.
Chad's
We
getting,
don't need them.
Chad gets everything I've got. The way he looks at my stuff, he looks at my stuff like it's our stuff, and looks at his stuff like it's his stuff. So, he's probably got my propane tank. Well, I'll get off from here one more time.